Yo, what up? What up? It's your boy, first name Josh, coming back with another video, and I'm about to talk about the difference between black men and black women's perception overseas, because a lot of girls just don't get it, and a lot of dudes that haven't been overseas don't understand it either. This is coming from first-person experience, bro. I'm a first-person shooter, bro. This is FPV, straight up. So let me tell y'all, okay? Black men have it better. You don't want to look at the video? Cool. That's it. Black men have it better. And I'm going to get into why. I ain't got a whole bunch of lists of reasons. I memorized this because I thought about it for a long time. So, let me get into it. Anyway, the number one thing that black men have going for them is our representation on social media and in the media. Like, think about it. What entities have a incentive to make sure that black men look good overseas? I'm pretty sure you can think about it.
A few moments later.
Think about it. Number one, the NBA. Okay? So, who broadcasts the NBA? ESPN, ABC, NBC, TNT. These places aren't just viewed. Like, these things aren't just viewed in America, bro. Like, they're not. And they're invested in the image of black men because they have a majority black league. Okay? The face of the league is black. The most famous player all time is black. They want to make sure that black people look good. Now, it might be for monetary reasons, but at the end of the day, that's what they want. For black people to look good. Okay? So, the NBA, the NFL, all of these sporting teams want that. They want that because that's a part of their brand. So when you go overseas and people say, oh, you look like LeBron. Oh, you look like Stephon Marbury. Oh, my favorite player is Kyrie Irving. Oh, my favorite player is Steph Curry. Oh, my favorite player is Russell Westbrook or James Harden. Like, you hear these names from people. When I was in Japan, I heard these names from Japanese and other type of hoopers. Some dude may be from Bali. Some dude may be from the Philippines. Like, they from all different types of places, but they know hoopers, bro. They know hoopers, and they black hoopers, so they think positively of these dudes. So the NBA specifically is probably the biggest proponent of having black dudes be seen in a positive light. So when you hear about these scandals and stuff like that, get them up out of here. Get it brushed up. For real. Immediately. Now, tell me an equivalent of an entity, of a brand, that cares about the image of black women. I'll wait.
One eternity later.
Because there ain't none. And the people who are interested in it are going to be entertainment industries. And what do we know about the entertainment industry and black women? Their biggest export is what? S3X. That's their biggest export. So when people see them overseas, they automatically think S3X. I seen Megan Thee Stallion. I seen what she do. I seen Sexy Red. I heard about her. I seen Lizzo. Ooh, can y'all really be that big? I've seen, let me think, who else? I can't think of, and they know Beyonce too. Let's not get it twisted. They know Beyonce too. But like, Beyonce ain't always on the radio waves like the City Girls was. You know what I'm saying? And they start copying that. They start emulating that. And they start being like, oh, okay, this is how these girls act with the long nails and the makeup and the weave and the curly hair right here. This is how they look. So when you go over there, when they go over there, the men treat them as such. Because that's what they know about them. And it's just a fact. You can't be mad at the facts. It's just a fact. Dudes know about that about them. It's just what it is. Whereas when you look at the male entertainers, who can you already think of off top? Everybody know The Rock. He's a light skin. A lot of people know Kevin Hart or maybe Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, you can't think about some cultural icon that was there that would be relevant to girls or dudes these days outside of our culture. You just can't think about it because they not the same. Black women's biggest export is S3X. What do they be posting online? Twerking videos, acting all belligerent, acting all this, acting all that, chumping dudes off, telling dudes, oh, this is your place, that's your place, whatever. They out of control. Then you see the baby mamas online, and you got to understand that the algorithm works in a way that if you interact with it one time, you're going to interact with it all the time. And what people don't be understanding is that the whole world has social media. Like, the whole world got social media. It's not just us in America, bro. The whole world got social media. So, I gave a perfect example. I was looking at these, maybe I put a clip in. I was looking at these Indian videos about how they be making the street food. You know, they be dipping their whole foot in that mud. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, bro. They be dipping their whole foot in it. Or, you know, they'll be sitting on the bread and they, you know, or they be making a, you know what I'm saying? Just put the whole elbow in that thing. Just every single time. Just then mix it up and then scoop it up and then put it in a cup. And then you supposed to eat that? Now, we don't ever think that, like, oh yeah, this is probably just the worst of the worst street food. Like, that is not how we think. The way we think is that, oh dang, India be on X Games mode. India living life on hard mode. They on all Madden, engage every single play, because that's what it looks like they live like out there. And that's the same thing for our media. The only difference is the dudes will do things where people will show of respect to us. And what I mean, because we as black people, our biggest export is going to be entertainment for the most part, whether that's basketball or whether that's music. But in the music, we show traits that are desirable to other groups of women. What are those traits? Having money, coming from a struggle, persevering through that struggle, being strong, having a lot of excess, okay, and also being able to look good. Just straight up, be able to look good. You know, our physicality is something that a lot of the world doesn't have. You know, so when you got muscles, six pack, all that other stuff going for you, yes, they looking at that and they say, dang, I wonder if all black dudes like that. And we already know about the BBC. You already know about that stereotype. We don't even have to talk about that. But that is a good stereotype to have. I would rather go in to a situation saying that, oh man, this dude might got it, versus a situation where she already assumes that you ain't hit no nothing. I'm just saying. And anybody can work that stereotype, especially if you're a black American. And black Americans are at the top of the pecking order. This is why I'm talking about the exports. Because the girls here are exporting the wrong stuff and they don't care. They don't care. So when you see them, you know, overseas, and you look at some of their experiences, they gonna have radically different experiences from you, bro, because they just don't have any good representation or any money behind that representation to make people have a positive look at them. So I ain't really about to make this too long, but that's just the gist of it right there. Black men have money behind our image. Black women don't have money that's gonna support them in a positive light behind their image. They have to vote with who they listen to. They have to vote with who they emulate, aka Megan Thee Stallion, aka Sexy Red. Those are the people that represent you. And until they come out in mass trying to change that, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, people ask me, do you listen to hip hop? Do you listen to hip hop? All the time. And then they ask me about Chief Keef. Well, you know what Chief Keef ain't? He ain't nobody to play with. That's what he ain't. And they gonna have that assumption like, oh, you listen to this, you might be from that too. And they not gonna play with you like that. At least in Japan, they not playing with you like that. You know, I'm just saying. It's not like your hood mean anything overseas anyway, because it don't. It don't really mean nothing overseas, bro. But I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. They not playing with you like that. If there's a white dude in the group with a Mexican dude, a black dude, and an Asian dude, who you think got hands? Who you think got hands? Rank them from 1 to 4. Who you think got the hands? Most people are gonna say, oh yeah, you know, I'm not messing with that dude. So it is what it is. It can work in your advantage. Being scary can work in your advantage. Intimidating people can work in your advantage. Now, you can disprove this a lot easier than a girl can disprove her sexuality though. I can disprove that, like, I might be unintelligent or I might not care about things by the way I act in my nature. I can be very kind. I can be very approachable. You can put on different clothes. A lot of things can affect that perception. However, for the girls, it's a little bit more difficult. Why? Because in America, they all dress the same. They all, for the most part, 98% of them probably dress the same. Or they got friends like that. When you go to the beach, you can barely tell them apart. You can barely tell them apart. I'm just being honest. You in the city, you can barely tell them apart, bro. Now, sometimes it's some obvious call outs, right? But a lot of girls like them long nails. A lot of girls like that colored hair. And honestly, I mean, it's a certain type. But I ain't about to get too deep into that, bro. At the end of the day, it is easy for dudes.